Okay, now in this video, I'll try to give a detailed description of different, what are the kind of job roles and the selection process at service-oriented companies. Like in the previous video, I've covered the basic difference between the service-oriented and the product-oriented companies. Now, basically, what they, most of these companies, what they exactly look into is they generally go for any kind of graduate candidates, probably from any stream. So they don't really look into what is the actual stream, because mainly what they do is they do have a projects and the specific clients requirements. Now, based on the requirements, what they do is they'll select the graduate candidates with mostly with a basic percentage. They have a basic criteria. May vary from different companies, but mostly they look for the candidates anything around 55 to 65 percentage in general. And probably any stream means they can go for any computer science students or any BSc students, or maybe any kind of stream like EC, EEE or anything. And what they look into is they just see the basic communication skills and basic analytical skills like problem solving skills. And of course, basic computer skills is something every graduate possesses nowadays. And maybe may not be some kind of programming skills, probably because they need some kind of skills probably to run the softwares or to maintain or monitor some kind of softwares what they run on the client side. So they have the clients, specific number of clients and the projects, and what they do is they will hire these graduates and provide some kind of training on specific tools or maybe softwares or a specific field. Even it can be anything, like it can be kind of into a networking or maybe a testing or maybe into management kind of jobs as per the project requirement. So purely based on the project requirement, and you don't really get into much into developing or coding if you are a computer science student. So don't expect any kind of developing or coding kind of jobs. Of course, they do hire the programming experts if they need any kind of development tools, but majorly not into this. So you'll be trained on specific tools, and your job deals with monitoring those tools or maintaining those tools and providing the support to the clients. And mostly the skills what you expertise here, so as they don't really see any kind of specific skills except few basic skills. So what are the skills you expertise? Completely based on the initial projects you work for. If you are a fresher, like you are hired from a campus, or maybe you apply from job online, maybe on a portals. So they place you in the initial projects and as per the company requirements, and they may switch as per the project requirements. So the more projects you work on, the more scope of growth or the more learning options you can get. But which specific stream you exactly expertise, it's completely based on your initial projects in general. Like an example, let's say if you're a computer science student and the initial project you work on in networking, and probably in the networking again you have multiple streams. You can either be a server administrator or a network administrator, and let's say if you're again in the server, you have a Microsoft or Linux servers. So if you have worked for 2 years on Linux platform, then it's really difficult to switch on to other platforms. And of course you can still do that by learning some other skills like Cisco networking, like that. So basically, what are the skills you expertise? It completely based on the initial projects as far as company requirements. So the initial starting salary will be around something this figure. So may vary based on the companies, but this is just an average what I have put in probably. And again, mostly you have a fixed dedicated working hours, maybe some kind of rotational shifts probably. So probably if you are planning for your career, initial jobs at this service-oriented companies will be still a good option. But again, if you are an above average student, you really prefer to go with any other kind of jobs relating to product-oriented companies, which is more into developing or coding. But most of the average, most of the below average or the average to kind of student, mostly they can get into this kind of jobs because they don't really look into basic core technical skills. So if you have a basic core technical skills, you can still look for the alternate option that is into the product oriented companies.